I'll tell you, I never ever know how to start these. And I'll tell you, I always feel like I should cut out the parts where I'm just driving like between my workplace to like where I need to make that turn to go home. Just I feel like it doesn't, like I'm too distracted because like I'm trying to focus on not having a collision, you know. But what's this guy doing right here? Oh, he's waiting for guests. I don't know. But now today was a regular day, right? Because what's been happening is because it's graduation night for all the high schoolers, it's been really like busy, and I've been seeing a lot of new faces. So yeah, today was like just a regular day, no grad night, right? So I just got to hang out with the homies and just have a good time. And I'm pretty happy about that. I really am. You know. I'm trying to think what happened today, honestly. So today was more like a half day, right? You know how like they have like schools where like on your school you're like, oh, today's a half day, right? Today was my half day, right? I was only there for 5 hours. But the thing is, right, the first like the first like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, I was in Catella booth, which essentially is you just sit there. Like there's no extra thing. Like buses come in and you let them through, and that's all you're gonna be getting during the night shift. So you just keep the gate open and just hang out there for 2 hours, right? That's all it is, right? $19.90 an hour. You know, give me more. You know, let's get that union. Get some extra pay over here. You know, some cast members work hard for that. You know, me personally, I couldn't say the same. You know, I just hang out with the homies. But nah, today was a half day, right? Just because like half a day I was in Catella booth just chilling, you know, by myself. And it's always a question, right? And this will be something like, it could tell, like based on this, you could tell like if you would be good in the parking lot is when you're by yourself and you're bored, right? Are you able to entertain yourself? You know, that is the question, right? Doing for Catella booth specifically, right? Is that's all it is. It's just, can you entertain yourself? Now what they do have is they do have a like a little booklet or like a notepad, not notepad, like think of like the college binders where you take notes on it for like class, something like that. And they have that, and I looked for it for the first time, right? This is a brand new brand new notebook, because the last one they threw away because it got too full. And there's one thing that this person was essentially saying, right? It was basically a Reddit post where you could hear somebody say like, oh, like I'm having relationship advice, like give me help. This was literally like a Reddit post, but in real life, where what the person was writing was essentially first things first, it's weird that, to me at least, that like you'd be like, hey, I need help from other cast members, other employees, right? Like that's tough for me to understand, just because like I feel like you would get advice from somebody that you respect, right? Like it's just random people giving you advice. Like I think at the end of the day, you should, you know, make decisions for your life, and you shouldn't let like the opinions of other people that or just random people influence you, right? And this is just a random like guest, like random cast members could reply, right? Just asking for advice for random people. I don't know. That kind of, before I even talk about it, right? That was a bit weird, right? To me at least, you know. I guess it's good to get a consensus. Yeah, I don't know. But funny thing is, so she wrote an entire page. I'll get into it. She wrote an entire page on her situation, right? And I was eager because she was like, "Oh, respond in the comments or like in the next page," right? And I look next page, dude, nobody responded. People just went back to doing their doodles. And there's some artists in parking, honestly. Like, actually, like, people have that 3D conceptualization, and dude, that's wild, man. I don't know, it's like the way that they think. Like, I think in 2D, right? They can draw 2D and make it 3D in a 3D space, in a 2D like environment, which is a paper. It's wild to me that people's brains just naturally work like that. You know. Anyway, so what the lady was talking about, right? I'm gonna describe like generally what happens, right? She's like, "Oh, I had this is completely anonymous, by the way." So she's like, "Oh, I had a relationship a year ago that was like a relationship that lasted a year. It was nice, but then the guy was like really clingy and like needy. So then I broke up with him because of that. And then I found this other guy, or then she's like, oh yeah, then I moved states to California. I met this other guy, and I really like him. We've been dating for 3 months, but he's kind of a douche. Because problems happened, right? Didn't take accountability. She's like, problems occurred within the relationship. And then she's like, so I broke up with that guy. But then one night, one of my exes sent me a message like, let's get back together. Then another one of my exes was like, I want you back in my life. And then she started talking to like one of the guys, like the timeline's a bit messed up. But she was like, oh, like I'm talking to one of my exes again. We ended up getting back to a relationship. Then my other exes keep texting me, and I keep texting back because like I want to see if that's gonna go anywhere. And dude, I don't know. I that's a general idea, right? She met with 2 guys. She broke up with both of them. She moved out of state to California because she stumbled into the Disney job, and then she accidentally met one of them at like a CVS or something. And then now they're talking again. So she's in a relationship with one of her exes, but then her other ex hit her up, and now she's like, what do I do? Because I love him, but like he's kind of a douche. Dude, I don't know. It's dude, there are levels beyond my pay grade, right? And this is one of those where dude, it's complicated, man. Like I was the first person to write in the comment section, right, of this YouTube video, of this person's like chat, right? Because I'm YouTube pilled, so I talk in like Twitch chat terms. But I wrote, and I think what I wrote was solid, right? Because I think that what I said, in general gist of idea, which is that because she was like, what should I do between these 2 guys, right? I was like, you know, it's important to understand, I'm generalizing. I was like, it's important to understand that we often end up dating people that give us the love that we feel like we deserve. The people that we date often, not all the time, are a reflection of ourselves. You know, so it's important to understand that these guys, right? I feel like you can do better. That it's important to love yourself and to treat people, or to you know, find people that are going to treat you the way that you believe you deserve to be treated. And you know, you have one life, so do you really want to spend it with one of these 2 guys, which you were fully willing to just not be with, you know? and you just content with having that person in your life, knowing that that person probably isn't right for you. That was like the general idea. And then at the end I said, because I dispersed my immense wisdom, do I get like a cast recognition, or how does this work? I did say that. So I added just enough like humor at the end, right? Because I want to get that cast recognition, you know? Big brain time. But also, you know, kind of diffuses some of the more seriousness of that message. But yeah, I don't know, I really like that, you know? It's one of those things where I don't know about other people, but for me personally, I do kind of like listening or hearing that other people have problems. And that sounds like such a weird thing to like, but it gives you perspective that you're not the only person in this life that has problems. And it helps you understand that every person, right, they have their own problems. They have things they're dealing with. And it makes you not view everybody as just a one-sided person, you know? This person is a person I work with. He was a douche today, right? And he was a douche last time I saw him. But he is just a douche to me. That is all he is, right? Now, granted, you can't let your past doesn't define you, but you can start to understand, like, hey, like, that guy could have been through a lot, and there could be a tough, like, a line of just like understanding where that comes from.